From its inception, Sri Lanka Telecom has been at the forefront of connecting the lives of Sri Lankans with each other. As the country's digital lifestyle enabler with the drive to be the first to market with the latest innovations, SLT established early roots into what is known as esports, the competitive play of video games which has grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry globally. SLT has been at the forefront of empowering esports in Sri Lanka with its super-fast internet backbone that provides the most stable, lowest latency, lagless gaming experience with high bandwidth catering to downloading and streaming games. In 2015, SLT launched its flagship event, the SLT Esports Championship, the first major esports tournament in the country, with a massive prize pool of 1 million Sri Lankan rupees being offered. Since then, SLT has continued to create a revolution in the esports industry and ecosystem in the country, with many more large esports events and activities being held each year. 2016 SLT Esports Championship Regional Qualifiers in Jaffna, Kandy, Galle. 2017 SLT Esports Cafe Challenge. 2018 SLT Esports Lobby Challenge. To further strengthen its commitment in esports, SLT partnered with Sri Lanka's leading esports organization in 2019 to establish new milestones in redefining the esports landscape in the country. Inter-University Esports Championship 2019, Mercantile Esports Championship 2019, Inter-School Esports Championship 2019, SLT Digitastic 2019, the Digital Lifestyle Expo, Sri Lanka's first ever Women's Cyber Games 2019, Mobitel Esports Premier League 2020 with a 1 million rupee prize pool. Empowering gamers during both good and bad times, such as the challenging period of the pandemic in 2020, SLT supported the Play From Home initiative, which saw streamers hosting and streaming popular games all day to encourage Sri Lankan gamers to social distancing and keeping them informed of factual COVID-19 news and alerts. SLTMobitel continues to innovate and expand its esports offerings to gamers across the island and is committed towards establishing SLTMobitel Esports as the responsible gaming brand of the future. The dawn of a new era for gamers. SLTMobitel Esports, responsible gaming.
The dawn of a new era for gamers. At the end of the day, it's always big picture that is most important. Yes, Sri Lanka Telecom is Sri Lanka's premier legacy communications provider for over decades. Yes, we are today the leading proponent and provider of cutting-edge technology-inspired solutions that have truly transformed Sri Lanka, not just for a couple of years, but for more than 160 years. But what really is the big picture? All of this we have achieved and accomplished for one single purpose: to walk in step with every citizen of this country, providing the products, services, basically finding the right chemistry to offer the right solution that the Sri Lankans would need, anticipating what they will need in the future, adding value at every turn. Today, Sri Lanka Telecom, SLTMobitel, is going to be recognized as the first and only telco to provide a gaming and esports platform. Joining hands with the global giant in gaming and esports technology, Swamio Media Canada, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the launch of SLTMobitel, the upgraded esports platform and the gaming bundles. So it's going to be web-based, user-intuitive portal that provides cyber athletes with the exclusive access to competitive tournaments, challenges, at the same time exclusive access to the community game servers, private game servers, esports content, and stream feeds from some of the world's best influencers. Fully optimized ultra-low latency gaming experience for the very first time for all Sri Lankan gamers. To do the honors in launching the SLTMobitel Esports platform, I would like to call upon the Group Chairman of SLTMobitel, Mr. Rohan Fernando, to accompany our chief guest here at this gathering, Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Mr. Nama Rajapaksa, and at the same time, I would like to call upon the Group Chief Executive Officer of SLTMobitel also to join with us to do the honors. Can we have Mr. Lalit Senviratna, Chief Executive Officer of SLT, Mr. Kitti Pereira, Acting Chief Executive Officer of SLTMobitel, Mr. Chandika Vitarana, Secretary to the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs, also joining with us to do the honors. Can we also have the Chief Operating Officer of Sri Lanka Telecom, Chief Executive Officer of Mobitel, and the President of the Sri Lanka Esports Association, Mr. Ravin Vijaytilaka, joining the dignitaries for the launch of SLTMobitel Esports platform. It's all about pressing the buzzer. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause. The launch of the SLTMobitel Esports platform. Would like to call upon the same gentleman to come up on stage now. Can we have the same dignitaries on the stage? So, marking the launch of SLTMobitel Esports platform, we are ready to hand over the first ever ticket to our chief guest, Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, to Mr. Nama Rajapaksa. Would like to call upon once more the Group Chairman of SLTMobitel, Mr. Rohan Fernando, to do the honors. Here we go, the inaugural membership card being presented. Everyone, please put your hands together one more time. Come on. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Would like to request all of you to take your respective seats once more. So on behalf of SLTMobitel, we are welcoming all of you for the launch of SLTMobitel Esports platform.
I'll be රට වටේ එක එක මේක නියම e-sport hit එක හැප්පිලා බලමු කවුරුද champion SLT esports champion බාධක කතරම් ආවත් එකින් එක ජය ගන්නවා නියතයි challenge එක මොලෙන් aim සරසේ game එක කාටත් නොදෙවනි SLT name එක ප්‍රතිවාදීන් සමගත් කරද කර මනස පුබුදු කර එකට තරඟ කර දස්කම් දැන් රවුදේ රට වටේ SLT esports හදවතේ mindful of glory are all set high speed connectivity at its best east or west SLT is the best if gaming is your passion you know the rest
The song that was launched way back in the year 2015, where Sri Lanka Telecom revolutionized the cyberspace, especially with the introduction of SLTMobitel Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, for more than 160 years, Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel has been the backbone of all the telecommunication activities here in Sri Lanka, providing the early days of all these telephony and telegraph to the more futuristic communication activities that we all enjoy today. That's the exact reason why we are way more experienced, way more resource, and seamlessly connected across the country. To talk about this new platform that's been introduced today, the SLT Esports platform, and to talk about the SLTMobitel Esports roadmap and the way forward, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Chief Marketing Officer of Sri Lanka Telecom, Mr. Prabhat Dahanayaka.
Thank you, Dusha. Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Namal Rajapaksa, the High Commissioner of Canada and Maldives, Mr. David McKinnon, Mr. Anuruddha Vijayakovan, Secretary to the Ministry, and Mr. Rohan Fernando, Group Chairman, Sri Lanka Telecom, Mr. Lalit Seneviratna, Group Chief Executive Officer, Sri Lanka Telecom, Mr. Kitti Pera, Chief Executive Officer, SLT, and Mr. Chandika Vitarna, Chief Executive Officer, Mobitel, and Mr. Priyantha Fernandez, Chief Operations Officer, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me first introduce one of the world's most famous and popular sporting figures, Mr. Rafael Nadal. He has already collected 20 Grand Slams, and he's one shy of becoming the greatest of all time. So he's very popular, and he generally take 3 to 4 million US dollars per Grand Slam championships from actually, and you can see there that generally the Grand Slam contributes to the total prize pool of 49 million US dollars. But how about this thing? That guy was very, very popular actually, but we don't know who he is, but he generates actually 5 to 6 million US dollars per match or per tournament. He's a Danish player, Sunstein, and actually he's a Dota 2 world champion. And you can see there the Fortnite World Cup 2019, that the total prize pool is 30 million US dollars. So something is happening out there in the world. So definitely we are not immune to that change. So that will definitely come to Sri Lanka as well. So this is something about the esports or the gaming in general. That is the largest form of the entertainment today. And esport is the fastest growing arm of gaming, and that will definitely feature the 2022 Asian Games as a medal event, and we hope esport could become an Olympic sport event by 2024. So this is the gaming industry as a whole. The revenue that generates is 200 billion US dollars, and we have the 3 billion gamers, and 70% of the total gamers, the age is greater than 18, and 48% of the market share contributes from mobile. So this is esports industry in particular, 1.1 billion total revenues, and out of that 822 million comes from media rights and sponsorships. So that is massive. And 495 million people are expected to join this. And the mobile esports, the huge growth will come from this part of the world, that is India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and some part of South America, the Brazil. So this is, we have just introduced the SLTMobitel National Communication, we are the National Telecommunication Service Provider. We have just introduced the Sri Lanka's first ever telco grade, carrier grade tournament platform. So this is, you need esports, you need good gaming experience, and to do that you need high quality internet. That's where we need the complete fusion between esports and the connectivity. So SLT fiber is basically the recommended the communication provider for good esport experience. So basically, in this fiber, the light travels, not the electricity. Normally the experience with normal wires, the electricity. So per second, the speed of the light is 186,000 miles per second. That is 300,000 kilometers per second. So the perimeter or the circumference of the earth is 40,000 kilometers. So it takes just 1 second to travel 8 times around the world, this particular fiber. So that denotes, this yellow wire denotes SLT fiber as a whole. So you can see this, we offer the dedicated bandwidth to the customers, that is 100 Mbps, or if it is really required, you can go up to 1000 Mbps. And then that is, we call the lightning speed. And lowest ping and latency is assured only by the Sri Lanka Telecom. There are 2 reasons for that. One is, we have got 5 different cables. The Sri Lanka is connected to the whole world. That is, we have the submarine cables, 5 such cables. Number 2, we have 60,000 not island-wide fiber kilometers, overhead and underground. So because of those 2 reasons, SLT and only SLT can assure this lowest ping or latency. The latency is nothing but the time difference between your action and the response by the system. So that will help the gaming community. Number 4, even though you have the highest speed, lowest latency, you need something else. That is, if you have 3 or 4 gamers, still you have some sort of latency. So that is where the partnership of the Swamio comes into play. So they have the expertise, they have the greatest of complex algorithms. So with that algorithms, we can manage or we can optimize those latencies. So thereby, you can offer the customers the greatest gaming experience. So this is our path from 2000, actually not 15, the 14, and we have been conducting the women's undergraduates and mercantile as well. This is what we have just introduced, the platform, and it has 4 compartments overall: the play, share, watch and buy. So in the play compartment, you have the dedicated servers for multiple games that is available on demand. And this is watch, to deliver exclusive content to premium subscribers, that is on demand actually. And share, you can share your celebrate gaming achievements with your friends and partners. And the digital membership card is offered to all membership. And the share gamers hard work with the rest of the community using this particular compartment of our SLT Esports platform. So this is by, you can earn points, at the same time you can spend points using this platform. So this is our way forward. To experience the bundle, you need something else. That is, you need bundles, gaming bundles, the eSport bundles we call it. So you have the Lite, Premium, and Streamer Premium bundle. So there are 3 bundles that is coupled to SLT Fiber. So we offer 25 GB for first package, 100, and then 150. All are equipped with 100 or 1000 Mbps speeds. So you can see there, for the premium accounts, you have access to privileged private edge servers, and then earn points for watching contents. So those 2 are available. And even for the Streamer Premium bundle users, we have 2 more additional bundles. The Start tournaments and challenges, they can have their own tournaments and stream exclusive contents and got featured on Members Hub. That is very important. That is available only for the premium bundle users. So this is generally the esport industry in general. So massive audience and viewership, that is our strength. But at the same time, the infrastructure is limited, so we need to address that thing. And the opportunities, we have a new payment operations, that is actually the operation, the opportunities we have. The slight problem is there is a thing called the healthy living advocacy, but still in South Korea, this has almost become the national sports. But maybe one can argue that this will improve your reflexes or the time you take to respond to the action. So that is there, but still you can have these arguments against esports, but everything is, if it is excessive, that is bad, not only for the esports. So this is game industry in Sri Lanka, 21 million total population, 9 million online population, and you won't believe this, that there are 5 million gamers in Sri Lanka at the moment. So this is the end of the presentation. That is, we believe that we, together with all the other stakeholders, we can produce the next superstar from this part of the world and from Sri Lanka itself. So, and of course, our aim is to contribute to the sports ministry's ambition to improve the Sri Lanka's sports economy. So this is esports economy. SLT and our group is definitely dedicated to improve or increase or develop this particular segment of the entire sports. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prabhat Dahanayaka, the Chief Marketing Officer of Sri Lanka Telecom, talking to you all on the SLTMobitel Esports roadmap and, of course, the way forward. So parallel to the launch of SLTMobitel Esports platform, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to unleash the gaming bundles, which is comprised of the next generation gamer internet solution for all the gamers and fans across the country. And these gaming bundles are all combined with the platform access that would give the customers the opportunity to have the best gaming experience in the country at a low data cost for an ever-expanding set of games. So I would like to call upon once more the Group Chairman of SLTMobitel, Mr. Rohan Fernando, to step forward, please, along with the Group Chief Executive Officer of SLTMobitel, Chief Executive Officer, Sri Lanka Telecom, Chief Executive Officer, Mobitel, Chief Operating Officer, SLT, Chief Marketing Officer of SLT, and Chief Marketing Officer of Mobitel. Can we have the gentlemen stepping forward, please? We are ready to launch the gaming bundles parallel to the launch of the SLTMobitel Esports platform. You can come up on stage, sir. The launch of gaming bundles All yours. It's all about placing your palm on the tab. Right. Thank you very much. Introducing for the very first time, everyone, come on, please put your hands together one more time. The gaming models for gamers. Please welcome the group chairman of SLTMobitel, Mr. Rohan Fernando, to address all of you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Namal Rajapaksa, Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Anuradha Vijayakon, Secretary, Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Lalit Seniviratna, Group CEO, Mr. Kitty Pereira, CEO of SLT, Mr. Chandika Vitarna, CEO of Mobitel, and the two CMOs, Prabhat Dahanayaka and Sashika Senarath, and rest of the SLTMobitel team involved in this particular venture. Well, I think all the technical part of the gaming platform or responsible gaming platform was explained to you by Prabhat. So I do not want to dwell in that because I am not an expert in technical aspects of telecommunication. But I would like to place before you what this is all about from a layman's point of view. I must also recognize the Swamiyo as well as His Excellency, the Canadian Ambassador who is communicating online, and Ravin, who is the custodian or the chairman of esports in Sri Lanka. You have done a good job, and you have been rather subdued in your appearance in the sports arena, but from now on, you have a big role to play to achieve what we could in esports for Sri Lanka. Well, when it comes to esports and gaming, I would rather prefer to call it responsible gaming. Gaming is good, and if it is responsible gaming, it gives you the satisfaction, it gets you involved, and of course, as Prabhat very clearly said, too much of anything is not good, not even gaming. But having seen 5 million Sri Lankan involved in gaming, I think we have to bring in this to the mainstream, otherwise it will go underground and we will not have the desired results nor the responsible aspect of this particular segment of electronic media. As we all know, His Excellency, the President, has a vision according to Saubhagya Dakma program to transform Sri Lanka to the digital platform in every aspect of life of the citizens. And we cannot avoid but come to terms even for sports and youth affairs where digital medium, digital platform is fully utilized for the expansion of skills of not only the students and youth, but also the senior citizens. And this is one way even the senior citizens can spend their free time engrossed or involved in something that will give them the satisfaction. Now, why SLT? We saw how the fiber optics, which we have spent a lot of money in laying right around the country, from north to south, east to west, something 56,000 to 60,000 kilometers, underground, overhead, connecting the entire Sri Lanka to the globe at lightning speed. The yellow wire, which is the fiber optic connectivity, gives you the speed, gives you unlimited access, and also very little latency. And it's milliseconds of time taken to convey a message or to activate something. So we are proud to be the custodian of this national telco network and responsible agency for developing and bringing in the latest technology available in the digital world into Sri Lanka. We were famous for our telephone on the table, and we were a telephone company. And recently some other party also has taken our symbol to carry on a campaign, but I don't know how successful they are, but we are successful in transforming from the telephone to the digital media. So we are evolving to the digital platform, whilst keeping a very sentimental value for the standard telephone on the table. So Sri Lanka Telecom and Mobitel have come together at SLTMobitel to give you the latest technology, high speed, unlimited access, and satisfaction in whatever you do. May it be communication, may it be commerce, sports, entertainment, where we will convert this year we'll be starting to convert every home a smart home. So when this e-platform coming for esports, any home can have access to technology to make their house a home, a smart home. So that is what we are capable of, and that is the technology that we will give you. And I don't want to take too much time. I think the Honorable Minister had some other function to attend. We are very happy we have a youthful minister as the Minister of Sports, one of the, I think, very rare opportunity we have got in the last several years to have a sportsman as our Minister of Sports, and he understands not only the sports, also the digital transformation in whatever we do in sports, not only e-sports, even in our sports, we have a lot of action we have planned, databases, analyzing of the facts of, the timings, how we can get from this point to the next point and towards winning medals in the international arena. That can also be, facilitated through a digital platform in analyzing information. Information is the most important wealth a country can have, and through this connectivity we have now linked to the globe, we have unlimited access to information. So esports is one other thing that we are launching. I am very proud to be chairman of this company with such a fantastic team of officials, technicians, engineers, and there's no one else that can match this in Sri Lanka for the transformation as we have professed now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The Group Chairman of SLTMobitel, Mr. Rohan Fernando, addressing all of you. So as you already aware, ladies and gentlemen, this is a joint venture between SLTMobitel and Swamio Media of Canada. So joining with us from the online platform, we have got His Excellency, the Canadian High Commissioner here in Sri Lanka and the Maldives, Mr. David McKinnon. Mr. McKinnon, I hope that you can hear us. It's your opportunity to address the gathering.
Okay. Thank you. Honorable Namal Rajapak, Minister of Youth and Sports. very happy back in 2018 to be able to host here at Canada House in Colombo the signing of the initial agreement between Swarmio Media, then known as Ubiqui, and SLTMobitel, then known as Sri Lanka Telecom PLC. That event was really about ambition and intent. And today is about the reality, as we've seen, about how far that relationship has come as we mark these important initiatives. With esports as a global industry poised to become a multi-billion-dollar business, Sri Lanka has a great opportunity to access this market and contribute to its economy. And I'm very happy that Canadian technology is a part of that story. I think it doesn't help as well. It doesn't hurt as well that you've got a very tech-savvy youth and sports minister encouraging this along. You know, as Canada's known in Sri Lanka for our agri-food and not to mention, as everybody always talks to me about, our very old locomotives that still ply the Sri Lankan railways in a very reliable way. I think our tech success is maybe less well known to Sri Lankans, except perhaps for the few diehard fans of who hold a candle for their BlackBerry smartphone, cursing the touch keyboard. But our tech sector is a $100 billion a year contributor to our GDP, and it's growing much faster than our economy as a whole. And even amidst all the uncertainty of the pandemic, it remains on a very solid footing and has a global presence. We're home to some of the world's largest tech hubs, which are growing and attracting innovative talent from home and across the globe. And Swarmio is an example that has harnessed both local and global talent, including some with roots in Sri Lanka. Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal regularly rank high on the list for tech innovation and talent, but even smaller cities like Ottawa and Waterloo are part of that story. In fact, the Toronto-Waterloo corridor is the second largest technology cluster in North America, second only to Silicon Valley. And this helps make Canada really a global center of talent, growth, innovation, and discovery. And telecom has long identified our technology sector, and in fact, dating back to Alexander Graham Bell developing the telephone in Brantford, Ontario, back in 1876. But in recent decades, our technology sectors have diversified enormously. We now have strengths in e-commerce and retail. Companies like Shopify have a strong presence in Sri Lanka. Gaming, animation, workforce collaboration, financial services, manufacturing, healthcare, and education, and agricultural technology. We provide world-class software, AI, and cybersecurity solutions across the board. And the foundation of our tech success lies, I think, in our dynamic and high-quality education system. We have a tertiary sector that is highly accessible, flexible, and innovative. And as a result, we have one of the world's most educated populations. However, and this is important, in a growing sector, homegrown talent is not always enough. Today, technology companies in Canada attract employees from around the world. And the inclusiveness and diversity of modern Canadian society is a big magnet for global talent, including from Sri Lanka, while government policies actively encourage this movement, helping companies bring in the talent they need, while also ensuring that Canada remains an inclusive and welcoming place for people from around the world. This global flavor, in turn, helps reinforce the global links of Canadian industry. In the case of Sri Lanka, your natural resources and strategic location are often quoted as assets that have driven Sri Lanka's historic success and provide plenty of potential to do so in the future. I actually hadn't really focused, though, until just the remarks for one of the other speakers about how that strategic location plays out in the modern world with all of the cables crisscrossing from around the globe, crisscrossing this island. Drawing on parallels from the Canadian experience, it's important for the future success of Sri Lanka that technology, innovation, education, and the diverse talents of everybody here are harnessed for development. as always, Canadians are ready to collaborate with Sri Lankans to help achieve these goals, and we see that with the relationship between Swarmio and SLTMobitel. But we also see that in the field of education as Sri Lanka looks to modernize its education system. And I think it's important that while traditionally we had a very strong development relationship with Sri Lanka, Canada's connections here were driven very much by development partnership. Our relationship today is very much driven by the private sector and the extraordinary people-to-people links. And I think those give a durability and continuity that will be very important as we go into the future. Canadian and Sri Lankan companies collaborate in agriculture, in aircraft and aircraft parts, sophisticated building technology, sportswear, engineering, architecture, blockchain technology, and financial services. There's also significant Canadian investment in Sri Lanka, which has grown over the last year, in fact. I'd be remiss, though, if I didn't talk, though, about continued partnership at the government-to-government level. And during these challenging times, Canada has been happy to support Sri Lanka to strengthen its COVID-19 response, both through the UN and through local partners. And as part of our strong support for the global response to COVID-19, Canada is the second largest contributor to the Gavi COVAX initiative, which will enable 92 low and middle income countries, including Sri Lanka, to access vaccines with the support of official development assistance. Canada's relationship with Sri Lanka is for the long term. And in the case of SLTMobitel and Swarmio Media, I'm pleased that that relationship is breaking new ground in an innovative and particularly dynamic way. And I thank you very much again for inviting me today, and I wish continued success in this venture. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, the Canadian High Commissioner here in Sri Lanka and the Maldives, Mr. David McKinnon, sharing his well wishes at this historical moment, the launch of SLTMobitel Esports platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, parallel to the launch, we are ready for the very first game, the local tournament through SLTMobitel Esports platform, where we will have two players joining from this very auditorium, and one will be joining from Rajgiri area, and another player will be joining from Hong Kong, China. So, we are ready to launch the first ever game. Can we have once again our chief guest, Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Namal Rajapaksa, stepping forward, please, along with the group chairman of SLTMobitel, Mr. Rohan Fernando, the group chief executive officer of SLTMobitel, also joining the dignitaries for the launch. Right, once again, it's all about pressing the buzzer. And let me introduce the four players joining for the very first tournament taking place today. We have two players joining from the very auditorium. That's Mr. Ravin Kularatna and Mr. Yannick Rodrigo. Can we have both of you taking your stances as well? Yannick and Ravin. And we also have Suleiman Arus joining from Rajgiriya, and Amrut Alfred joining from Hong Kong, China. The dawn of a new era for the gamers. We are ready to launch the first ever local tournament through SLTMobitel Esports platform. All yours, Honorable Minister. for the SLTMobitel Esports Championship 2021, and you saw the address. So, the gamers will continue with their game. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, it gives us great pleasure to call upon, please welcome our chief guest, addressing all of you. Please welcome Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Mr. Nama Rajapaksa, addressing all of you.
Chairman, Mr. Rohan Fernando, Secretary of the Sports Ministry, DG Sports, gaming community, my dear friends. First of all, let me thank SLTMobitel for initiating and partnering with esports to promote, not only to promote esports, but also to create platform for the gaming community to reach the global standards. I'm not going to take your time to mention about esports and the history of esports or how important it is. As the marketing head of SLTMobitel correctly mentioned with proper statistics, how important it is as a nation to promote esports and also to partner with global partners to create more opportunities and create more standards in our country. When we took over office, the Minister of Sports and Youth, Mr. Rohan Fernando, also part of our Sports Council, we highlighted few areas that we are going to concentrate for next 4 to 5 years. And of course, create a platform for the future through that. One is, of course, the medal winning sports, such as Olympic sports, Asian Games, World Cups, etc. And then we realized that it is important for us to create leisure sports. So people will get involved in day-to-day activities and also use existing infrastructure to be part of a sporting community. Then we realized that we have to create a sporting economy. So sportainment is not only about entertainment or creating opportunity, but also to creating an economy around it. So we have given a target, we have set a target of creating a Sri Lankan sport as a $1 billion industry within the next 5 to 10 years. Then as a new normal, we realize how we have identified esports and to give priority to promote esports. Of course, when I was schooling, I never got the opportunity to play games, because if I have to do that, I have to make sure I don't get caught to my parents. But today things have changed. Today it has become a sport. In 2019, the Ministry of Sports have recognized esports as a proper organization. And today we see you make more money out of playing games than doing any other thing in the world. So today, so my son doesn't have to play without getting caught. He can actually officially play esports now in coming years. So the things have changed, and we have realized, and we as a government, we are pretty much committed. And as a ministry, we are committed to promote esports, and not only just to promote esports, but to create brands, to create sportsmen, men and women around esports, where we can reach the global standards. So let me thank SLT again on behalf of the Ministry of Sports and Youth, and also on behalf of the esporting community in our country, for partnering with us and coming forward to promote esports and giving the opportunity for these youngsters to reach the globe. But on a different note, I think our DG of Sports is a bit worried, because you have 5 million people out of 22 million population playing esports. So it's going to be a tough task for him to find kids for other sports now. So I saw his face, like he was smiling and all, but all of a sudden his smile went, and he was like, shit, how I'm going to find players to play other sports. But anyhow, that's on a different note. And I saw another part about healthy living and all the stuff, but I don't believe in that, because I believe to do any sport, whether it's esports, whether it's racing, or whether it's physical sport, you need to be physically fit and mentally fit. So if you promote esports, not only to sit and play a game, but also to create physically and mentally fit sportsmen and women through esports. So that will create a proper sportsman through your platform. I think that is the responsibility of the association, and we as a ministry, we will guide you, we will help you, and we will make sure that we give priority for esports to take to the next step. So thank you very much, and thank you very much SLTMobitel for partnering with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Raman Rajapaksa, addressing all of you. So would like to call upon all the following dignitaries to join our chief guest on the stage to take a special group photograph marking the launch of SLTMobitel Esports platform. Can we have Mr. Anuradha Vijayakon, Secretary to the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Rohan Fernando, Group Chairman of Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel, Mr. Lalit Seneviratne, Group Chief Executive Officer of Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel, Mr. Kitti Pereira, the Chief Executive Officer of SLT, Mr. Chandika Vitharana, Acting Chief Executive Officer of SLTMobitel, Mr. Priyantha Fernandez, Chief Operating Officer of SLT, Mr. Prabhat Dahanayaka, Chief Marketing Officer of SLT, Mr. Prabhat Ambegoda, Chief Officer, Corporate and Digital, Mr. Imantha Vijayakon, Chief Officer, Sales and Regional 1, Mr. Lionel Nimbulana, Chief Officer, Sales and Regional 2, Mr. Sashika Senarat, Chief Marketing Officer, SLTMobitel, Mr. Rohan Ellavala, Deputy Chief Marketing Officer, Sri Lanka Telecom, Mr. Ravin Vijaytilaka, President of the Sri Lanka Esports Association, and Mr. Dilantha Vijayaman, Community Manager, Swamio Media. Can we also have the Director General of Sports join the dignitaries on the stage to take the group photograph? Thank you very much, gentlemen, but not the Honorable Minister. It's your opportunity now to have the real experience with the gamers, so we can go to that gaming station.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you are ready to explain how it goes?
So the players right now, hello everybody and welcome to today's game. Joining us in the lobby, as they've introduced before, is Ruvin, Yannick, Suleiman and Amrut. What you all don't already know is that when you're playing games, you all need to make up your own character name. It's called an in-game name. And today we have Yannick Rodrigo playing as Raider, Ruvin Kularatne playing as Ghost, Suleiman Aruz playing as Deadshot, and Amrut Alfred playing as Thunderflash.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
These guys have been playing on the same team for quite some time now, and they know exactly where each of them play. It's mid-round double. Raider picks off Thunderflash. Ghost is in mid, he knows someone's coming from the top. Picks up another one. He sees one, goes for the fight. Oh, instant headshot, crisp headshot lands on Deadshot. Deadshot's not taking that, he goes on the fight, loses that one out. Deadshot's back, Deadshot wants revenge, Deadshot gets two, Deadshot kills two instantly and gets traded out immediately as well. This fight's getting intense right now. Thunderflash is going through mid, he sees that he spots the Jet out, he takes the Jet out too, and he spots another one on top of mid, picks him out, no, he gets taken out. The fight's getting intense. It's not stopping. Everyone keeps collecting up in mid. They want these fights, they want these wins. The boys from the same team, but right now they're playing as rivals. They don't know what team is right now. They want this win. Raider going for a little stroll, looking for people. Thunderflash makes his way back in the mid. A long range fight and he picks up Ghost easily. Ghost and Thunderflash going for a duel there, loses out. Raider is still... Oh wait, Raider is actually our honorable sports minister is playing, he's exploring the map right now. Seems to be liking what he sees. Looking for some kills. Hopefully, oh, he's about to see one. He's about to spot someone right now. Oh, he gets taken off by Thunderflash. That's a little unfair.
Right, thank you very much.
Deadshot's going for a fight with Thunderflash. He's still going for it. He sees Cypher. He sees Cypher and he's going for that kill too. He's looking for Jet. Jet's still AFK. Deadshot's right now in mid. He's looking for another kill. Gets the headshot. Picks off one. Crisp headshot. Picks up. Oh no, he gets traded off by the Jet immediately. Ghost comes off in mid. He knows there's a player up there. He knows someone's there. He's some, but he gets traded out immediately. Here comes another fight, and that's Deadshot winning the round right now. Deadshot's at the top of the leaderboard right now. He's playing for all the glory right now. Thunderflash on mid. He looks for the Jet. He picks up the Jet, but he gets killed off immediately. People are...
On behalf of Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel, would like to express our extreme gratitude. The Honourable Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Mr. Nama Rajapaksa, gracing this occasion. Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, and all the other dignitaries of the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs. Thank you very much for your gracious participation. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to have the panel discussion, where we are ready to talk about the future of SLT Esports, SLTMobitel Esports, at the same time the platform and the economic benefits that this particular platform would draw to the Sri Lankan nation, so on and so forth. I would like to call upon Mr. Lalit Sen Viratna, Group Chief Executive Officer of SLTMobitel, along with Mr. Kitty Pereira, Chief Executive Officer of Sri Lanka Telecom, Mr. Priyantha Fernandes, Chief Operating Officer of SLT, Mr. Ravin Vijay Tilaka, President of the Sri Lanka Esports Association, and Mr. Dilantha Vijayaman, Community Manager of Swamio Media, will join the panel as the panelist. And the panel discussion would be moderated by Mr. Sashika Muthukumarana. Over to you, Mr. Muthukumarana.
Thank you, Mr. Vas, for handing over for the panel here. So today we heard about a lot about SLT and what they are doing, but let's get into a bit more of what they can provide for the country and what esports is going to look like in the future and what esports is right now in the country as well. And also just a little bit of history. Esports is not something that started recently. It dates back to 1987 when one guy from States actually holds the Guinness World Records for 6 titles, arcade games. I think you all might have seen, and then I think it dates back to the first esports tournament back in 1997 when a guy won Ferrari, actually at the first Quake tournament that was. But anyhow, let's take a look at what esports is today. So the first question I would like to ask Mr. Lalit Senivaratne, Group CEO, SLTMobitel. What does the esports ecosystem in Sri Lanka looks as of today?
I think, thank you for the question. Welcome all. And I think currently the ecosystem, the esports or the responsible gaming platform is in diverse ways, like starting from the grassroots, from the village level, to the blogging community, to the universities. So I think basically what we are trying to do is to get a forum for all these diverse communities to get together and take the gaming to the next level. So that's where SLT will come in with its expertise in connectivity, the ability to develop the platform, not only the platform, a platform which allows other developers to develop their own gaming platform. So that's what the value Sri Lanka Telecom brings in terms of their national ICT capability.
Thank you, Mr. Lalit. And yes, for sure, I think SLT has been doing a lot in the past few years to make sure that esports in the country moves forward. My next question is to Mr. Kitty Pereira, CEO SLTMobitel. What is the role that SLT is playing to support the Sri Lankan gaming community as of now?
Well, I think many of you witnessed today. We initiated this concept a few years ago, but today is the day actually where we really hit on the game and started offering these services to our gaming community. That is simply because we are ready with our connectivity, which is the very important thing. Gaming or esports is such that you need a high performance network where you should not be restricted in your speed and also in terms of latency, the delay. I think some speakers also talked about it. And so that infrastructure is ready and it is widely available across the country. And as a country, we are also globally connected because players are all around the world. You can have players in Colombo, North, South, and also in other countries, East Asia, South Asia, and Middle East, Europe, West, anywhere. And these are multi-party games, you are connected from different locations. So it is our duty, being the Sri Lanka Telecom, to provide the right connectivity piece. And that is one aspect. And the second aspect is these applications are required to be hosted in a proper environment, right? So SLT has 5 world-class data centers in and around Colombo, including one Tier 3 and Tier 4 ready data center of Pitipana Homagama. So these are world-class facilities where these gaming partners can host their applications, where then the Sri Lankan players who are connected to the platform will get the greatest experience in terms, because it's in the vicinity, it's within the country. And so the data center and cloud is again one critical infrastructure. Then also now nowadays we see the trend of using leveraging on the content delivery networks also as the platform to create some of these distributed nature of the gaming servers. That is again in view of improving the user experience or the gamer's experience, because every effort is there in terms of technology, network point of view, hosting point of view, application point of view. I think Swamio is one of the world leading gaming partner who developed the application. So it's great for us to collaborate with a partner like them and host this application locally as well as globally to let our players to get connected and enjoy the game. And this is anyway is becoming a very leading entertainment in this country, and it's great to see that 5 million players are in the country, and it is globally over 200 billion economy. So as Honorable Minister also mentioned in his speech, so we surely need to get some benefits in terms of entertainment, why not in terms of the economics as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Priyanta. Thank you, Mr. Kirti Pereira. Next, before I ask the next question, I want to add on to something that you said. I think I definitely what you mentioned in terms of connectivity and what it brings into the country. I think there is a lot of revenue that can be made into the country in terms of economy, where players can stream online, and SLT fiber, the connection that they're offering. I mean, that's the only connection that as a gamer that you can go for. I myself, being a gamer, I would know that SLT fiber is the only way that you can game on. Basically, there is no other better connection in the country where it provides you the best of latency and ping possible to game on any server. And today, actually, SLTMobitel together launched a couple of new systems. And to talk about that, I would like to ask Mr. Priantha Fernandez, the CEO of SLT. How do you think this new platform with the extra data bundles and the current platform that you all have introduced, how do you think it will help the gaming community in the country?
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon. Actually, looking at the requirement of the gaming community, SLT wanted to provide a very good online experience for the community when they get connected. SLT thought about how would we provide them good connectivity in terms of speed, capacity, and the latency, which is very important. Now that is why SLT is capable of providing all these aspects to the gaming community, because SLT is the only Sri Lankan company who is connected to east and west through our submarine cable. And as CEO mentioned, we have tier 3, tier 4 ready data centers everywhere, and our submarine cable and this data center cloud services will provide required stage for the technology and gamers to get connected to the servers all over the world. And once this player is connected to the gaming server, so the next requirement is to get connected with his partner, and then when they are face to face, they are playing. It's a requirement how we provide the required peering to provide necessary low latency. So that is where SLT is having all the technology. We have the lowest latency cable in the world, plus the technology, the peering technology, to give them the lowest latency path get connected. So this is the one aspect. Another one is when they play, they want to get connected to internet, they want to download a lot of stuff, and so that is why we are providing a package for the players, special packages for the players to get down necessary data. Not only they can surf the internet and get down their all the game information through the net, tournament information or the game status, etc. They can download whatever required. And the other point is that actually we need to support to the community, and that is why we are going to organize required the fun events while they are playing across the games. We will provide required programs in addition to all other technology requirements.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prant. And yes, for sure, I think as a game, I think the biggest thing is to, for us, is the data usage that we have on a daily basis when it comes to our gaming downloads. And I think the bundles that was introduced today by SLT is absolutely amazing. I mean, the amount of data that you get, especially just dedicated to these gaming servers like Steam, Twitch, this is what we need right now as a gaming community, because data is basically the bread and butter of any gaming community right now. So I think that's a massive step forward. And also talking about what you said, where y'all have created a peering services service between countries to reduce the latency even more, to basically streamline what is happening already, and also a platform to have tournaments for the gamers. I mean, because a lot of streamers out there, they want to have their own tournament, but they don't have a platform to do it. And SLTMobitel coming forward and doing something like this is absolutely amazing for the country's esports scene. And so next question is to someone who some might call the father of esports in the country, who has been around for a long time to make sure that esports in the country goes forward. So, Mr. Ravin Vijayatilaka, the president of the Sri Lanka Esports Association, this question is towards you. What are you planning on doing to make sure that esports in the country moves forward in the coming years, and what is already in process there, what is already happening right now as well?
Okay, thanks, Satika, for that description. So I'll speak from the perspective of the association. So we are the governing body for esports in Sri Lanka, and so SLASA, that's the Sri Lanka Esports Association, has been established around 2010, and at that point, I think in the last 10 years, we've had a great sort of base that we've established. We've had a great clan structure. We have the clans actually present here today, the heads of the clans, representing their competitive organizations. The esport clan is actually similar to sort of a cricket club, and so they compete in all of the tournaments. You can see them in their jerseys in the audience here today. And in addition to that, we have the tournaments. We have the tournaments happening, and so it's a sort of a esports ecosystem and a governing body that we have created in order to take esports forward. Now, it has happened in a very small sort of way all these years, the last 9 years or so. We've not had the luxury of having conversations with government, with the sports ministry. We've had that aspiration, but we haven't really been able to, it was only 2019 that esports was recognized as a sport after several years of sort of talking to the ministry. And so now the conversation has changed. With the sports ministry's support, we have aspirations to, the Asian Games has included esports as a medal event. The Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games has included esports as a title. That's happening this year. So at the moment, I think in terms of numbers, we have about 10 to 20,000 people who actively compete in tournaments that are organized by, the Sri Lanka Esports Association, private organizations, and the goal is to go to that 5 million number who are actually gamers in Sri Lanka. Get them involved in the, the competitive structured tournament system in the country through SLASA, through private organizations, through private organizations like SLTMobitel. And so that's the conversation that we're having now. So our goal, like the Honorable Minister said, in the next 5 to 10 years, we're looking at getting medals based on esports. It's not just, cricket, netball, boxing. It's also esports will be on the map when it comes to Sri Lankan sports.
Thank you very much, Ravin. And yes, I think all the esports athletes and all the casual gamers in the country will be looking forward to the day that we can proudly say that we won a medal for the country in, say, the Olympics or the Asian Games. I think that's what we've been looking forward to for so many years now, I think, coming forward. And so the next question is to Mr. Dilantha Vijayaman, the community manager of Swamio Media. What is your opinion of the latest technology trends in the telecom sector, which will basically help the gaming experience?
Right. So thank you for the question. I personally believe that telecom development goes hand in hand with online gaming and esports. The only reason why we are able to compete at a certain level is due to telecom development. SLT is one of those partners who has constantly been working and continues to work to make sure that we have lower latencies, high-speed features all across Sri Lanka, especially for esports, which is what has facilitated its development. New technologies such as fiber optics, and 5G will also help to continue that development process as it goes forward. SLT, once again, is making a commitment to continue developing those projects so that all Sri Lankans will benefit from those developments. Particularly with gaming, we also see a lot of gaming development which goes hand in hand with telecom. New services such as cloud gaming, cloud services such as Google Stadia, Xbox Game Pass, various other cloud services are coming up, and this is all because of telecom development. So we need to keep on continuing to go down this strength, and SLT and Swarmi are both committed to continue supporting the gaming community here and the esports community by providing the lowest possible latency, dedicated gaming services, and our platform as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dilanta. I think one thing which is very evident from today, these gentlemen right here from the Sri Lanka Esports Association, as well as SLTMobitel and also Swamio, they're dedicated to making sure that all the gamers in the country does have a platform to take their skill forward, represent the country, and maybe bringing foreign income to the country as well. I mean, because a lot of streamers are earning money now online, which happened during last year at a very significant rate. So the development is very significant, and I think these gentlemen deserve a round of applause for making sure that the gaming community is going forward day by day. And with that, I would like to thank everyone for joining me for the discussion, and I hope you all have a lovely day.
So thank you very much, all the panelists and the moderator. So with that note, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the formalities of the launch of the SLTMobitel Esports platform. On behalf of SLTMobitel, would like to express our extreme gratitude for all of you joining this occasion, especially to the Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Secretary to the Ministry, as well as the Director General. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining with us. And at the same time, a very big thank you to all our friends joining from the media. Thank you very much for your gracious participation, and we hope that you will give us the due publicity in making esports and this particular platform offered by SLTMobitel a worthy one across the country. And a big thank you to the event partners, Million Laugh and Gamer.lk. Thank you very much for your contributions, and a big thank you to everyone else joining with us. Thank you very much for your participation, and we hope that you will be with us even in the years to come, promoting esports and SLTMobitel Esports platform in the years to come as well across Sri Lanka. So thank you very much, everyone. Would like to invite all of you to enjoy the refreshments being served.
Dominating.